So you're looking for the best email list cleaner? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you a super cool tool you can use that combines list cleaning with AI. My name is Rakeem Madison. Let's get into the content. All right, so the tool I'm gonna be showing you how to use so you can clean your list is called Zero Bounce. So Zero Bounce combines list cleaning with AI, and you're gonna see how simple it is for you to set this all up, all right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So this right here that we're looking at is the dashboard. So this is the home screen. So when you come in here, it's gonna show you like your quick stats right here. If you're monitoring like your website to make sure like you're not landing on any blacklist, which is very, very important, because if you land on a blacklist, and I'll go a little bit deeper into this, as we get into the validation, but blacklist can prevent your emails from even hitting, like your emails list inbox, right? So that's why it's extremely important. And then you can see here, it says usage, right? So it shows you, what your usage has been over the last couple of months, all right? So let's get into the email validation. So right over here, you see it say validate. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. Now over here, you can see it says upload a list or add an integration. So this is where we can upload our email list, take it from wherever email system you're using out there, export it, then bring it in here, or you can do like an integration, and I'll show you that a little bit later as well. Or you can come in here, you could say, okay, well, I just want to do a single email validation real quick. So all you could do is, let's just say I want to put this email in right here, locothetrury@gmail.com. All right, I don't even know if that's a real email. And then I come over here and I hit go, and it's gonna tell me immediately, it says this is an invalid email, right? So right off the bat, that's gonna tell you, okay, this is a fake email list. So what would you want to do from there? You will want to get this type of email off your list, because if you get a lot of these emails, they're not gonna open the email anyway because they're fake emails. And if you keep sending to them, it's gonna mess up your reputation. It's kind of like your credit score before the email list, right? So hopefully that part right there makes sense. And you don't want to mess that up, trust me, because you're going to keep going to the spam box. All right, so I'm gonna hit the X button on that. So that's a single validation. Now I'm gonna show you exactly how you could do where you upload your entire list. If you got 1,000, 5,000, or whatever you got, you're gonna be able to upload them in here, and it's gonna verify them all for you. All right, so you can see I did mine. So you can see 98.62% valid emails on my list. So if we want to break that down, if I come in here and I hit expand results, you can see 857 valid emails on this particular list right here. And you can see that there were 9 fake emails on this list, right? So it immediately got rid of those fake emails, which keeps my, the credit score thing that I was saying, like when it comes to sending emails, it keeps it looking good. All right. And then right here, we got catch-alls. And then right here, we got the abuse emails. You definitely don't want to be sending to any of those. And then we got unknown, right? You couldn't even verify it. So we definitely don't want that on our email list. All right. So that's what it does. Now, let me go into my files, because I want to show you a little bit deeper what happens once you actually get the file. Once it's done and it's went through the process, it'll look like this right here. So if I click on this, I'm gonna expand this right here, and you can see what it does. It breaks everything down. So it says abuse emails, all the results, all the catch-all emails, the do not mail emails. You definitely don't want to mail those. And then right here, the invalid emails. So I like this because all I can do is I can literally come down here where it says valid, and I can upload all the valid emails back into my email system. And now I got a clean list. And this is actually something that I do monthly. Every single month, I'm cleaning my list, right? I'm just constantly scraping my list and, narrowing it down, right? Because yes, it's good for you to build your email list, but it's also good for you to get rid of the people who are not beneficial to your list, who are actually hurting you long term, right? Very, very important for you to do that, all right? So that's what it does. It breaks it all down, and then you can upload it back into the stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and X out of this, and then now I'm gonna take you through the process. So this is what you wanna do. You wanna click validate new list. You see these integrations over here. Like if you got like any of these that you wanted to kind of sync your stuff in there, then you can do that as well. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on this. And then since you've already downloaded your email list, you've exported it from your system, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this right here where it says small test list, and then I'm gonna just upload these in here. Now from here, I usually leave these both on. Do your first row contain labels? Can we remove duplicate emails? Yes, you can. So from here, I'll go ahead and hit next step. It says emails to validate. I hit validate. And then right now what it's gonna do, just like how my results spit out, it's gonna go throughout this process, and and then it's going to, make sure that these are legit emails. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video for now, and then we're gonna come back after it's done. All right, so it's finally done. So as you can see right here, it says 80% valid. So that's pretty decent, right? So if I go over here and I hit expand results, you can see that 4 out of the 5 were real emails. We didn't have any fake emails on that little 5, total 5 emails. But you can see over here, we got abuse. All right. So obviously I would never email anything that's on abuse or spam traps or anything like that. So from there, I would go ahead and I would hit download, and then it would be the exact same process I showed you a little bit earlier in the video. Just go to your Explorer, check it, and then upload the good portion of that list only. All right. Now from here, the next step would be to come over here to the email scoring. All right. So this is where the AI comes in. All right. So like if you do your list, right, let's say you got 1,000 people on a list and you got about 25 catch-all emails. What I would use this for is I would use the scoring for like your catch-alls to make sure that those emails are actually like legit, right? Because obviously a catch-all, it can be an email that's not necessarily a legit one. All right. So you can see right here, this little scoring system. So they got 0 to 2. You can see right here, if you fall in this category, then there's a high chance that catch-all is probably not legit. If you're in here, it's kind of like in the gray area. And then if you're here, then you're good to go. As far as like 9 or 10, right? Then you could probably add them to your good portion of your list and then put them inside of your email system and then go ahead and continue to email them. That's up to you though. I typically just go with the valid people and I just roll from there. All right. And then the same thing applies here. You hit download and then they're going to give you the data. So then you can go in and look over everything. All right. So from here, I'm going to go to the tools. Now with these, when it comes to the placement test, all that is it's going to show you what your email going to look like on all the different providers. So you got Gmail, you got AOL, you got Microsoft email, right? You got all these different providers. It's just going to show you what it looked like. The email server test, this is how you check like your DKIM, your SPF, just making sure your domain is ready to do email marketing, because if you don't do it properly, you could be sending emails and really just wasting your time because they're not getting open, because your people are 9 times out of 10 not even getting them, because there's a high chance that you could be on a blacklist, which leads me to the next thing, which is blacklist monitoring. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move me up real quick. All right, so you can see right here, if I click start a view monitors, I'm gonna show you real quickly how everything looks. So you can see right here, I'm monitoring my domain to make sure I don't fall on any blacklist, right? This is one of the best practices when it comes to email marketing. So right here, if I hit view status, it's gonna show me everything that I'm looking out for. These are all the different blacklists that you can land on, right? And there's probably some other ones as well, but they do a really good job of actually tracking this stuff. So that way, if I do land on a blacklist, I can go here and then I can do a little bit more research and then just, continue focusing on the best practices, right? Now, there are some people out there that say, if you could pay some of these people to actually get off these blacklists, but I just end up just sticking to, working with the best practices, all right? All right, so let me move me back down real quick. All right, so let's continue. So from here, what I could do is I can go to where it says email finder, click on that. All right, so what this is let's say you know somebody that works at a company and you know what their name is. What you could do is you could put the company website in here, and then you could put their name in here, and then you can find out what their email is. Now, along with that comes patterns, right? So certain big companies, they actually have patterns in the way that they structure their emails. So if you want to know that, what you could do is you can go to where it says domain search, and then right here, you could put the company domain in, right? So let's say they work at Microsoft. So let me make sure I spell that right. All right, so Microsoft.com, and then I hit search. So what this is going to do is it's going to show you the pattern. So you can see here it has first.last at Microsoft. You got first last at Microsoft.com, and then you got last first at Microsoft.com. So you can see it shows you the different patterns. So now you have a higher chance of finding, okay, this is the person's email, right? So hopefully that particular part makes sense. So that's how you use the email finder in the domain finder. Now over here, this is where we get into like integrations, right? Because there's a lot of us are using different tools, and you want to be able to integrate with this particular tool. So you can see this is when I click all, this is when I click official. These are third parties, Zapier, and then apps and add-ons, right? So they have a ton, as you can see here. So I'll just kind of scroll up a little bit so you can kind of see, like, maybe it's something that you are already working with, and then you can roll from there. All right, and then from here, I'm not going to click on API, because as soon as I click on that, it's going to expose my API key, and we're just going to save some time so I don't have to blur out anything, right? So you never want to show your API key. All right, and then from here, pricing and plans. So I'll just tell you straight up what I do. I do pay as you go, right? If you're somebody who enjoys paying, a monthly fee, that way you get a certain amount of credits, so that way you can come in here and clean your list as consistently as I do, because I do it every single 30 days, right? So I can make sure my list is good to go and I'm not landing on a blacklist. So what I do is I click pay as you go, and then you can see right here, $16 for 2,000 credits. I might pay for that. And then if I get to a point where I need it again, boom, I just pay $16 again, right? It's really up to you. Or you can go the monthly route. Just depends on what you want to do. Now from here, you can go for testing and monitoring. So you can see which plan that I'm on right now. I'm on the freemium package, but I do pay as you go. So technically I'm still paying for something even though I'm on the free plan. All right, so that's how that works. And then if you got like a bigger list, you really like doing these tests and making sure you stand in line with the best practices like I do, then you can go up to some of these bigger plans and expand a little bit more. It's really all up to you. So as you can see, it's very, very simple for you to use a tool like this to be able to clean your list. Hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, definitely go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you want to get access to Zero Bounce, go ahead and click the first link down below in the description. That'll allow you to get instant access, and you can use the pay as you go, or you can go with the monthly process. It's really all up to you. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.